Hello and welcome to Realty Buzz, your weekly real estate reckoner. I am Mansi Dave and let's take a look at the show today. With the number of skyscrapers in India on rise, India ranks amazingly in the tall building race. Well, about 54 tall buildings in the country are expected to be completed between 2015 to 2017. Now that's alarming. The Indian market is evolving and there are good examples of early adopters achieving significant success, says Laramie Lester, industry expert and most recently CEO of Brocons International Business. There are a number of excellent tall buildings that are well progressed but not yet completed. These projects are being built safely, efficiently and with a high degree of precision and quality. Timeliness are also improving. With the use of conventional construction technology, it takes an average of 15 days to complete a floor cycle in India. Aluminium formwork is typically a 10-day cycle. However, well-known builders are creating new records by a self-climbing jump foam system, which has reduced the slab cycle time and the construction cost. On the other side of the coin, conceiving, financing, designing and constructing a skyscraper is a tall order. Many projects have slow gestation period, many more have failed to get off the ground or been interrupted and cancelled. According to the Council on Tall Buildings and Urban Habitats, in 2014, a total of 50 tall buildings of 150 meter or taller have been on hold around the world. On the positive side, the Council's 2014 year-end review report stated that 97 buildings of 200 meter or higher were completed in 2014, which is a new record. Sadly, not even a single project from India made to that list. A major announcement that was being heard and talked about a lot in the real estate sector was that the RBI has doubled the foreign exchange remittance limit to $250,000 per year. That's more than 1.5 crore Indian rupees. This means that a family of 4 to purchase assets overseas can remit every year as much $1 million. That equals to more than 6 crore rupees. This hence implies that buying a home in your favorite exotic destination has become much easier. But then, as they say, there is a flip side to everything. This opportunity is just limited to rich Indians. A downside to this announcement is that the realtors' body, National Real Estate Development Council, NAREDCO, is displeased with RBI's decision. They feel this move shall have an adverse effect on the Indian real estate industry. NAREDCO said that it has made a representation to the Prime Minister urging that RBI's decision should be reviewed, as this move has a potential to divert investment in real estate away from India, thereby adversely impacting the sector at the time when market sentiment towards real estate is down. NAREDCO pointed out that residential sales declined by about 30% in 7 major Indian cities during 2014, and the decline was particularly steep in the National Capital Region. The association said that improving market sentiment is very crucial today for revival of real estate and strengthening of Indian economy. It demanded that the corrective measures to encourage investment in the domestic market be given priority instead of facilitating purchase of property by Indians in Dubai, US, UK, Singapore, etc. The next big announcement. The Mumbai Municipal Corporation BMC claims its draft development plan of 2014 to 2034 presented to the group leaders of various parties in the civic body. It is aimed at spurring economic growth by encouraging planned vertical growth of the country's financial capital. Keeping the focus on developing transit corridors, the draft plan proposes purely commercial development within 300 meters of these corridors and allowing residential construction beyond that. It also plans to cut down on the parking provisions in building in these areas to discourage private transport. The overreaching vision of the BMC draft plan claims to be competitive, inclusive and sustainable. BMC has pegged the cost of implementing the draft plan that will be valid for 20 years at 5.80 lakh crores. The draft blueprint for Mumbai's development over the next 20 years envisages a city growing vertically along transit corridors, especially near railway, metro and monorail stations, and along highways with the variable floor space index ranging from 2.5 to 8. FSI of 2.5 to 8 means the structure coming up on a plot can have a built-up area 2.5 to 8 times its size, paving the way for soaring high-rises. For more than 2 decades, the city has had a base uniform FSI of 1.33 in the island city and 1 in the suburbs. According to the civic body's map, areas that will see high use of FSIs include Churchgate and Hutatma Chowk, Dadar, Parel, Kurla, Ghatkopar, parts of Andheri, Malad and Borivali, which have high transit density and along proposed transport corridors and business hubs. The draft also proposes to reduce the city's dependence on land reservation to implement the development plan. Instead, it has now come up with the idea of making it mandatory for plots undergoing development to hand over amenity spaces if they fulfill certain criteria. Aiming to look at the city's traffic congestion issues, the draft plan has also proposed to increase the land under roads to 20% of the city's total land. The plan will soon be opened up for citizens to respond within 60 days. A planning committee consisting of 3 corporators and 4 state-appointed experts will then hear all these suggestions and objections and decide on them. The committee will recommend the plan to the corporation, which will have to approve it and send it to the state government, which will have a final say on it. This process can take up to a year. With a view to make Mumbai a competitive, inclusive and affordable metropolis, the Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai today said it would come out with a pragmatic development plan before April. A plan was drafted previously, and as per the Maharashtra Regional and Town Planning Act, it was slated to be published to invite objections, if any, from citizens. However, a new plan became necessary as the previous one was prepared with the intention to restrict population in the city when it was the largest metro in the country. The new developmental plan proposes to increase the FSI to create more housing stock. Increasing the FSI has been a long-pending demand of realty developers in the city. Housing prices of Delhi NCR rose by an average 3% during October-December period of 2014 compared to the previous quarter, as property markets showed some signs of improvement. With healthy appreciation in housing prices in most residential pockets, the realty atmosphere in Delhi NCR seems to be improving. Micro markets of Greater Noida, Bhiwandi and Dharuhera have recovered from last quarter's dip, and so have most localities in Delhi. Bombay High Court ordered government agencies to file a response in the matter of accessibility to affordable housing for lower income groups, economically weaker sections and other needy citizens. The court ordered this while hearing a public interest litigation filed by a petitioner, Consumer Online Foundation, which is consumer organization, which was represented by Ahmed Abdi. Through the PIL, the petitioners sought for better use of land situated in Mumbai for the purpose of affordable housing. Maharashtra Housing and Area Development Authority and City Industrial Development Corporation Limited meanwhile stated in their affidavits that they did not have land available for the purpose. The PIL states that in total there are nearly 2,213 hectares of salt pan lands in suburban Mumbai, Dahisar, Malavani, Pahadi, Mulund, Nahur, Bhandup, Kanjurmarg, Wadala, Anik, Turbe, Mandle, Chembur, Ghatkopar, Mira Bhayandar and Virar. Around 27,000 people work here under poor conditions without any proper sanitation facility, no provision for potable water and face several health hazards. It will be in a larger interest of public if this land is used for affordable housing and the activity of salt pan to be shifted to some other appropriate area. The petition seeks that salt pan land and mangroves along Mumbai's coastline, which lay vacant, be used to provide affordable housing problem to Mumbai. The petition further stated that Mumbai had around 438 square kilometer land, out of which 69 kilometer in the city was occupied. The population density of Mumbai is 45,000 people per square kilometer, which is very high. It can be reduced by using this surplus land. With a view, with the developers in race against time to clear their inventory and push sales, property buyers are spoilt for choice. As realty firms are offering discounts, freebies and attractive financing schemes, realty players are using online platforms to sell their property and are offering various financial schemes to woo buyers. Traditionally, developers report to such schemes during festive season. But in order to clear the inventory before the fiscal end, industry experts believe firms are pulling out all stops to attract customers. There are two main reasons. One, most micro markets have large inventories practically across the country, and developers want to clear as much of that as possible. Another reason is with the large number of developers having been listed and most others looking towards institutional money, track record of sales and execution become very important. Real estate is a world of possibilities in itself, and these were the latest arguments, the latest advertisements and the latest happenings on real estate. That was all for this episode of Realty Buzz. Goodbye, take care.